first of understanding what kind of belief systems are you holding that are taking you down a certain path. For example, the path of breaking down, the path of feeling lost, feeling confused, feeling hopeless, feeling helpless, feeling like there's nothing we can do. This is the worst time in the history of humanity, and it is an awful time. And I'm not trying to discount that in any way. I'm trying to ask you, it's your one precious life. Every breath you have, more than ever, you realize is precious and sacred. And what do you want to spend that time doing? Breaking down or breaking through? Hello, beautiful people. Hi. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Some of you know me already. My name is Mahima. I am the founder and CEO of the Mahima Mindset, and we run programs like the Own Your Superstar training. I'm here today to just share some of the gold nuggets that I've learned over these years on personal development. I have the great fortune to already at the age of 22, and I'll be celebrating my 50th birthday very soon, actually next year in March. I had the great fortune to have people help me understand how to up-level my game so that I could create a life that, quite honestly, even in my wildest dreams, I could never imagine. And so that is what has helped me from that young age to get to where I am today. And with the age of 27, I started teaching other people what I'd learned because it was so profoundly changing in my mindset and in how I felt. So as you can see on the screen today, the topic that we're going to be hacking and looking into is, are you breaking down or breaking through? Because that is what I honestly believe is there's only two options for many people right now. You're either having some kind of a massive breakthrough, which I'll explain what that means to me, or you're having some kind of a breakdown, which might be also the doorway to the breakthrough, right? So I want to hack that and share some wisdom, some knowledge, some gold nuggets on that, so that anyone who's struggling right now with everything that's happening in the world, hopefully after hearing some of what I have to share today, you're going to be able to, jump right in and start seeing an improvement in your state of mind, your state of being, your state of well-being. So I want to see who's with me. Please post in the chat. I can actually see your comments. And if you have any questions along the way, please just go ahead and ask me questions. Some of you might not know this, but I am an international best-selling author and Europe's #1 self-mastery mentor. And I get up every single day and support a tribe, a community of global leaders that are working on up-leveling their mindset so that they can be the change in the world. And these tools and what I'm going to be sharing with you here today on this call is actually the stuff that I share with my students every day. So hello, Rose from San Francisco. Thanks for tuning in. Jessica from Sweden, I see you. Manisha as well. And all of the beautiful people that are jumping on this call. Please go ahead, and if you have any questions, go ahead and post them in the chat. Right? So the first thing I want you to understand about, let's talk about breaking down, because there's the two aspects. You're either breaking through or you're breaking down. So let's talk about the first piece of that, the breakdown. Okay? So what's important around the breakdown is to not wait until it's too late to do something to stop the downward spiral. Okay? So we have already seen that breakdown is on the rise in Europe. And I mean, now with everything that's going on, and not just in Europe, all over the world, in a lot of what they call first world countries, where, they're experiencing what's happening in the world right now as a very severe case of limited freedom, where you can't just do what you want. There are, concerns understandably so, around our financial future and what the impact of what's happening right now means on that. So individuals are experiencing a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear of the future, a lot of, there's a lot of uncertainty. What is, what's going to be the impact of all of this, and also just what's happening in your own personal life. So starting to break down, what I know about breaking down is you want to start doing things before. You want to prevent, because from the people that I have trained all over the world, once you've had that breakdown, once you've had that burnout, it is clawing your way back to a place where you can trust yourself, a place where you feel energized, a place where you feel really confident and good in your body, good in your soul, good in your spirit. It's quite a long climb, sometimes years, back to a powerful place. So my talk today is to shake up anyone who is not yet broken down, okay, but you feel like you're on your way there. This is your wake-up call. And I'm so grateful that I've had people who've helped me to wake up before I went too far and had issues that I had to really climb back. So this is your wake-up call. And how can you recognize if you are breaking down before it's like, oh, now I'm in the hospital, now I can't cope anymore, now it's too much, right? You start to see signs of it. But what we do is we're used of ignoring ourselves and pushing through, because that's what the society teaches you. Yeah, just push through, just push through. You've got exams to do, and you've just got to push through and get that done. You're not feeling so well, job needs to get done, you push through. So we're used of bypassing the signals, right? We're used of not listening to ourselves, and that's why we can so easily go over that edge, right? So the signals that you want to be looking for is you want to start looking for a feeling of spiraling downward, okay? That means that it just feels like there's one sucky thing after the next, after the next, after the next happening. And there's a reason for this, and I'm going to explain that a little bit later on in this call, right? So it's a kind of feeling of there's a spiral downward, okay? And you can see it in the fact that what you're manifesting, what you're producing in your life is a bunch of problems, and it's one after the next, after the next, after the next. So if you know what I'm talking about, if you're feeling me, just post in chat. Yes, Mahima, I feel like I'm either there or I've been there, right? If you're there, this is the sign that you want to start taking care right now of what's happening inside of you to stop this downward spiral so it doesn't go any further down. You stop the damage and you can start actually rebuilding, reconstructing, and getting yourself back on track, right? So that's one way of recognizing that. Another way of recognizing that you might be close to some kind of breakdown instead of breakthrough is your relationships feel like a hot mess, because you're a hot mess and you're all over the place and you're not comfortable in yourself in whatever way that is. And so therefore it feels like you're fighting with everyone. It feels like nobody understands you. It feels like you're lonely. It feels like you're standing by yourself and nobody supports you. And even if people are trying to support you, they can't help you, because no one can help you until you're willing to help yourself. Yes, just take a moment and let that in. Nobody can help us until we're willing to help ourselves. As a self-mastery mentor, mentoring, thousands of students already in this lifetime, and having the pleasure to coach, every year we get like hundreds of people joining us on longer journeys. We coach through the year, thousands of people that come through our trainings and get these kind of massive shifts that help them to stop that spiraling cycle, to stop that, I feel like I'm losing control of myself and my life, but I don't know what to do about it. Now, for some people, it shows up like that. the breakdown, right? It shows up like what I've just described. Now, for other people, it's a numbness. It's a numbness. You're not feeling necessarily depressed. You're not feeling like life necessarily sucks, but you're not alive. You're not having fun. You're not activated. You're not connecting and feeling that this is beautiful life that you have to live and you're making the most of it. And every day is exciting and awesome. No, you're just numb. Yeah, it feels like, yeah, life's okay. Life's okay. And you're getting through the day and your energy is neither depressed or hyper happy. It's just okay, right? So I want you to think about this. If you have this one precious life of which we do not know how much time we have, you're born and then, we have this thing that we have to leave this body, right? So you're born and then you have this date where you need to go. And in between, this is your precious life that you want to live to your fullest and best potential. So the question is how to do that is to become self-aware. Don't let other people tell you whether you're breaking down or breaking through. Don't let me tell you that. Or you need to know. You need to be honest with yourself. What are you doing with this beautiful space between birth and death, this precious time? Yeah, and that's the one thing we can never get back is our time. So you want to be using your time wisely. And when you start to have breakthroughs, that's when you start to transform and change the reality of the world you're living in. So I'm just going to check if there's anyone asking me any questions here. And if I am not answering, it's because I don't see all of your questions. So bear with me on this technical leap of, that one has to make these days. So I see someone saying, please share the video with your friends. Oh, okay. So someone is saying that you should share this video with your friends so that more people can hear about this. Thank you for mentioning that. I think that is a brilliant idea. We need more people in the world becoming conscious, becoming aware of how they're showing up in their day-to-day lives. Okay, this is not about one day I'll be happy when. Yeah, when this is all over, when it's all over, we can start to live again. That is the fatal flaw that many people are making and leading probably towards their breakdown. Because when that problem is solved, there'll be another problem. When that challenge is solved, there'll be another challenge. When there's always something that's going to be challenging us in life. You know that already because you've been in this body for however many years. I've been in this body for 50 years. And, I'm here to tell you that no matter how great your mindset is, you need to deal with some negative, I call it negative shit. Okay, to call it in the blunt terms, and right now a lot of us are having to deal with this negative shit. Okay, and you want to have the tools to understand that no matter what is happening, you have a choice on how you respond. Yes, you do. You have a choice of how you respond. I get to choose right now with everything that's happening here, how I'm going to live the next 24 hours of my life. And I want my life to be meaningful. I want to live with purpose. I want to live with peace. I want to live with joy. I get to decide that. I get to choose that. Nobody gets to tell me what I should think, how I should feel, and therefore the action steps I'm taking in my daily life to continue living an extraordinary life. Now, I came to this wisdom because I had other people share this with me and hack my system. Coming from Zimbabwe, which is in the middle, it's in the lower part of Africa, near to South Africa. I was brought up with, first of all, poverty mindset, because that's just how my family was brought up. We struggled with money all of the time. There was never enough money for any luxury items. I had to wear my sister's old clothes. I went to school. I remember I went to this high school where I needed to have the special blazer. My parents couldn't afford to get me that blazer, and I started modeling at a young age. Like I was lucky, I got discovered in Zimbabwe, and I started earning money with 14 years old, 15 years old. I was in magazines for fashion houses and modeling, and therefore I could buy my own blazer when my parents were like, no, we can't afford that, right? Or, sometimes if my shoe was feeling like that they're a bit too tight, and my parents were like, well, listen, you might just need to wear them for one more month, or whatever the story is, right? So I came from a place where there was never enough. So I needed to change my mindset in order to understand that my past doesn't get to define my future, right? Like where I come from does not need to make it where I'm going. So it's about taking full responsibility first of understanding what kind of belief systems are you holding that are taking you down a certain path. For example, the path of breaking down, the path of feeling lost, feeling confused, feeling hopeless, feeling helpless, feeling like there's nothing we can do. This is the worst time in the history of humanity, and it is an awful time. And I'm not trying to discount that in any way. I'm trying to ask you, it's your one precious life. Every breath you have, more than ever, you realize is precious and sacred. And what do you want to spend that time doing? Breaking down or breaking through? Yes. So for those of you who are like, oh my God, I'm breaking down. Oh, Jesus, Mahima, I can feel it. Okay. I want to invite you this weekend. We're doing a 3-day training. Okay. On Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And it's awesome because we have optimized it also for our so we are doing a never done before offer on this. Yeah, so you look at the link that's in the chat or as part of this. We've never offered it at this price point. It is a no brainer. If you feel like you want to get support on getting your mindset to the next level, okay, on stopping the sliding down to the breaking down part and starting to get to the breakthrough. So I want to talk about the breakthrough, yeah, because I think it's important for me to give you here some juicy stuff that's going to allow you to start breaking through. So the first one is that I would like you to take full responsibility for what's happening inside of yourself. Yeah. And what do I mean by that? It means what you're thinking and what you're feeling is causing you to act a certain way. So the first way to stop that spiral, to stop those messy relationships, to stop that feeling of my life is out of control, or that numbness that I'm not really living in the full potential that I want to, is to start taking full responsibility for everything that you are feeling. Yes, I know. It's so much more juicy to blame, the external environment for our internal state. Yes, and that's the problem right there. We're taught to do that. It is normal. It is part of the culture to just be like, hey, look at these people and that person and this government and that situation. That is why I have the right to feel angry, to feel sad, to feel pissed off. Except one thing that we're missing out on that is nobody cares what you're feeling. I mean, and I honestly mean this, okay? Go out there and try to see if anyone really cares about what you're feeling. So you need to care. You need to care about understanding that when you're feeling angry, when you're feeling sad, when you're feeling all these feelings, they're doing something to your health. Yes, lowering your immune system, making you feel like crap, creating toxicity in your body. So that even if you want to be the change in the world, you're now coming at it from a disadvantaged place, right? So what you want to do is learn how to optimize your thoughts, optimize your emotions so that you can start producing high vibrational frequency, which allows you to be a leader in the world, which allows you to have a voice in the world, which allows you to take any movement that you're passionate about and get people to actually be a part of positive change in the world. Right? So we want to know how to transmute that anger, transmute that sadness, take those emotions, take those feelings, and actually transform them into what I call rocket fuel to get your game to the next level. Now, before I learned any of this stuff, the sadness, the anger, the pain would cripple me, would actually cause the opposite of creating beauty in the world, attracting great opportunities. And I didn't know this. I was doing it without awareness, right? And even after I learned all of this stuff, okay, it's not a one-off. You learn it and that's the end of it. You need to keep on practicing it, and you need to keep on having mentors and people in your life that are going to show you again and again and again where your limiting beliefs are that are causing you to think, act, and feel in a disempowered way. With everything that's happening in the world right now, it's so easy to succumb to the bad feelings, to succumb to those negative thoughts and beliefs, to the anger, to the fear, to the rage, to the, to all of these things. It is so easy. And that's why I want to invite you. That's why I want to invite you to start being the change in the world by taking full responsibility for your vibrational frequency, for the thoughts that you have that produce the feelings that allow you to be in some kind of action, right? So that's the first thing to break through. It's about taking full responsibility for what's happening inside of your head, inside of your heart, and inside of your activities. And when you start to do that, you will see what a huge difference it makes in terms of the downward spiral. You'll cut that off immediately because you say, I have a different choice. I'm going to make a different choice. What are the belief systems that are causing me to be in this spiral, right? Now, again, this is deep work. This is hacking your system in a way that, quite frankly, some of us have never done that work. And that's why it's important to get help in doing this, right? And obviously, we want to make this as easy for you and as fun, but it's deep work that will completely change let's say, the direction of the path that you're walking on. So if you're walking in this direction and this direction is causing you to feel all of these things that you want to transform, then you need to, learn how to stop and pivot and start to walk in a direction that's more in harmony with you being able to feel peace, being able to feel joy, being able to feel laughter and fun. And yeah, you said, yeah, how can we have a fun in a time like this? Again, it's your life. And you get to do whatever you want with it. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You get to choose every minute of every day how you're going to feel, what you're going to think, and how you're going to act on a daily basis. I'm here to invite the people that want this world to be a better place to start taking responsibility for yourself and what you're putting out into the world. We want the world to change. We need to change. The second part of understanding the breakthrough is start asking powerful questions. Yes? So we're good at asking questions like, why is this happening to me? Why is this always happening to me? And basically, I call them like victim mindset questions that don't really move you forward. So you want to get to the breakthrough. You want to start asking powerful questions. Yes? What am I willing to do right now to feel more relaxed, more calm, and more centered? That's a powerful question. What am I willing to let go of so that I can start operating with more peace, with more power in my everyday life? What's my purpose here? And what lights up my soul? How do I want to spend my time every day? How can I make money with my passion, doing what I love doing every single day? Yes. What do I need to do to up level this relationship, to make it more intimate and more feeling of more flow and love? So to start breaking through, we need to start asking powerful questions. Yes? So I'm asking you right now, what are you willing to do? Are you willing to join me for a 3-day deep dive of powerful questions? Because that's what we do. I want you to think of it as a self-growth retreat where you get to go into yourself for 3 whole days and rework, rewire, reconnect your system and come out feeling like a powerhouse, connected to your soul, connected to your spirit, and connected to the feeling of peace and empowerment. Is it that simple? Yeah, it actually is, because we have, I would say, we have actually, when people stay for all 3 days, we have 100% success rate with this event. Yeah, that you are better than when you came. So whatever state you came in, you will be improved, a new improved version of yourself if you're there for all 3 days, because we peel away layers, and on day 1 we get you to a certain point, and on day 2, and we just keep peeling those layers, and those layers lead you to breakthroughs. So my second way of, or my third, let's say, gold nugget that I want to share with you about getting to breakthroughs is to stay in radical action for your well-being. Okay, a lot of us like to be in radical action for the to-do list, right? So it's the laundry that needs, and it's the grocery shopping, and it's the, this, and it's the that. But when it comes to taking care of ourselves, we're somewhere either not on the list or very low on the list, right? So to break through, you need to become your priority. And why? Because it's going to make your life so much easier, and for everyone else who needs to be in contact with you as well. Because when you're breaking down, when you're going through that place where you're not in a good place, it is toxic, and it is affecting and contaminating the other people around you. Now, listen, I'm not saying that it's not okay to feel sorry for yourself once in a while, or to feel like, oh, today I just want to get under the covers and please don't talk to me. Everybody just leave me alone. Of course, we're human and we will have that experience. But I want to show you tools, systems that are going to help you to what I call experience the 80-20. That means 80% of the time you're connected to yourself, you're connected to your power, you have tools how to center and ground yourself. And yes, there is the 20% which you indulge in whatever is going on that's not optimal for, like, I'm so feeling so positive. So this is not about being positive, actually, even in the 80%. It's about being grounded. It's about being connected to the truth, which is you came into this world with nothing and you're going to leave with nothing. And so in this moment, in this precise moment, you get to choose 2 choices. Do you want to lean into your heart? Do you want to lean into your spirit? Do you want to lean into your soul? Or do you want to lean into your ego, into your negativity, into your, into this, this place which can just keep pulling you downwards? Or do you want to reach up and start to think differently, start to feel differently, and therefore act differently, right? So that's what it's all about. That's what the Own Your Superstar trainings are all about, and the Mahima mindset. It's how do I up level regardless of what's going on in the world around me. I had the joy to have teachers hack my system and teach me what I call an inner peace, a love, and a joy that's not dependent on external circumstances, events, or people. I'm going to repeat that because it's just so powerful. An inner peace, a love and a joy that is not dependent on external circumstances, events, or people. Because of these teachings, I have been able to heal myself from my poverty mindset, create a 7-figure business, be in a relationship that has spanned over 20 years with my husband, a conscious relationship, even though I came from an abusive family where my father abandoned me when I was 3 years old, and I actually was also sexually abused from my stepfather, who I lived with from 10 years old. So being able to transform all of that messiness and be able to accomplish and do the things that I have managed to do in this world is because of these things that I want to teach you if you join me on this 3-day event. How to transform yourself internally so that you can create external transformation in your life. So this is not just a kumbaya ceremony, event where you come and you feel good and then that's the end of it. No, this is where you get systems, strategy, and tools that will literally blow your mind and change the path of the course that you're walking on, right? And you don't need 10, 20, 30 breakthroughs. You need one massive shift to change everything. That's what has happened to me over and over again. The first massive shift that opened up my eyes was when I told you before, 22 years old, in an ashram in India, where in a meditation, my first ever meditation, I discovered stillness. I discovered that I could turn off the monkey mind that was full of fear, full of craziness and hate, and I was, and judging people, criticizing the world, feeling small, feeling not enough, this thing in my head that just would keep on spewing nonsense. And in my first meditation, I was able to silence my mind and connect with my soul. And in this connection, I felt deep, deep, deep inner peace. And that started my inquiry into, I want more of this. What has happened to me? And I spent 5 years with a teacher investigating the consciousness of diving into what I call the self, the soul, the spirit, understanding how when you interact with that part of you, you become a magician and you're able to create again and again and again extraordinary things that most people are watching going, how is this happening? Explain to us. So in our tribe, constantly on a daily basis, we have forums, we have ways of sharing. People are thriving during this time. So I want you to be a part of that. Yeah, I want you to join me and do yourself a favor and come and let us hack your system so that you discover the power that's inside of you that can literally create whatever it is you set your heart and mind to. But it's not magic, because you need to be in radical action. You need to be able to recognize, oh my God, this is what I need. Yes, this is what I need. I mean, it's like this woman is talking straight to my heart, and I'm so glad I came on here today and listened to this, because boom, I'm completely, hearing words that are touching me inside. And, I know I can help you, but if you don't stay in action, then I will not be able to continue supporting you. So I'm going to see if there are any more questions here. What are people saying? What if it is the other way around? You blame yourself for everything, even when other people are breaking you down, even when it's other people that are breaking you down. Great question, Louise. So Louise, you are giving those people permission to break you down. Nobody can break you down, Denise. Yes, nobody. You need to give them permission to do that. Yes, you need to give them the time, the ear, the space You need to have invited them somewhere into your stratosphere in order for them to be able to break you down, right? So no, like we're in charge of our choices, who we hang out with and who we don't hang out with, who we speak with or spend time with. Now, I know it's very complex in the story of family. Everyone goes, yeah, but they're my family. Yes, they are. But even your family, you get to choose and set your boundaries of what's okay and what isn't okay for you. Okay? So with your kids, if you start respecting yourself, if you start honoring yourself, if you start setting your boundaries, and it might be a little bit of shock for your kids at first, yeah, because they're used of mommy not taking care of herself. They're used of mommy just, putting everyone else first. So yes, there might be a moment where they're like, holy crap, like what's happening? The good old days are over. Mommy is waking up. And she's like, hey, you guys are going to need to support and help me here. So I'm going to need you on this, you on that, you on that. We're a team. We're going to work together. And it's a new day. We're all going to be taking care of each other. And mommy's going to need some mommy time. Yes. And that's, whatever it is, half an hour in the morning, whatever the story is. So you need to take charge. As long as we're still blaming other people for our problems, nothing's going to change. Right? And it doesn't matter which relationship you're trying to up level. It's not going to happen until you up level the relationship with yourself and start to know that you deserve better, know that you can do better, and start to do it. And the best way to do it is to have support of other people helping you. So yes, any more questions? Please post the questions in chat. I want to do Q&A as we kind of start to wind down this time we've spent together. Please post in chat what you've got out of this sharing so far. And in the meantime, I'm just going to go over my let's say breakdown points. Okay, the three things that you want to be aware of. Don't wait till it's too late. Okay, you wanna stop it before you go over that edge, because that's too late and that's going to take years to claw back. So you don't want to get to that point. And so this is an opportunity to take, to say, hey, let's stop this. Okay, spiraling downwards. That's how you know it's a downward spiral, and it just feels like you're attracting all kinds of negative situations, and it's one after the next, after the next, after the next. And by the way, I've been there. I've even been there now during this time. Right? And I've had to go back to the tools that I'm going to be teaching you. Yes. And I did. I used my own tools and got back on track. Right? So instead of spending whatever, half a year in chaos, I had my 2-3 months when COVID hit where my life felt like, oh God, what's happening? And, and then used my strategies, used my tools, and I'm back. Yeah, thriving, going from strength to strength to strength. So I understand what it feels like. And that's why I want you to know I've got your back. And I know how to get you out of there, right? The other way of recognizing your breakdown is the messy relationships. It all starts to feel very messy with everybody, right? Even the people that are trying to support you and take care of you. Yeah. Someone's saying, I'm not sure of my purpose and feel lost at times. Yes, please come and join us. That's actually, own your superstar, live your higher purpose is our tagline, right? And to be waking up every day, not sure of what exactly you're supposed to be doing, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. So I understand. Join us, and I can help you to have those 3 days to clear your mind, to become quiet enough to listen, because your sole purpose is to take care of yourself and be the best version of yourself. Your life purpose is, are you a teacher? Are you a dancer? Are you going to be an accountant? Are you how are you going to spend your time on this planet? But most people try to find that out before they've taken care of this, which is your sole purpose. Your sole purpose is to be present in the here and now. Yes. To live from a space of abundance, creating and co-creating beauty in your life, understanding that you're connected to everything around you, and what you do matters. what you feel matters, and what you think matters. It matters because it affects how your life is unfolding. Yes. Yes. So thank you for that great question, Janet. And I know I can support you with that. You just need to be in radical action and join me while there's still tickets for this. Yes, we are. It's just coming up this weekend. So we know we are going to run out of tickets for those people that might be thinking, oh, I'll check it out last minute. No, you want to jump on board the ship if you are even thinking of joining this. Okay, good. Now, my 3 points that I want to just rehash again are around the breakthrough. Take full responsibility for what you're feeling, what you're thinking. Nobody can be in your head. Nobody has a gun to your head telling you what to think. Yes? So you need to understand that this is going to create feelings. Yeah. Beliefs are going to create feelings. And these feelings are going to create certain actions. So you want to take control of the beliefs, the thoughts, so that they can create and generate the feelings that you want to have, and therefore allow you to take the actions that are going to be most conducive to your success. Because when we're thinking life sucks, or nobody loves me or cares, or I'm not, whatever the belief is, that's generating emotions that are causing you to act a certain way. And that's why it's so important to become aware, because most people are not even aware, not aware of what you're thinking, and not even aware of what you're feeling, quite honestly, until you start to do this work and go, ooh, I didn't realize that how negatively I was thinking, or even feeling for that matter, right? Because it's normal. It is normal in the culture we live in. I call it the default setting of misery. Yes. Yes, it is like, yes, we're all in it. So nobody notices anything. Yeah. Until you have an awakening, until you have somebody come in, question you, shake you up and say, is this really how you want to live your life? And you don't have to. And how you're living your now is creating your future. So that's why it's so important to get your now locked into peace, locked into harmony and good vibration, locked into growth mindset, because these are like seeds you're planting, which become, if you have the grace to be in your body, your tomorrows. Yeah. But tomorrow doesn't exist. Yeah. It doesn't, and will never exist. You will never be in tomorrow. You're always here and now. So take this opportunity right now to just breathe and start to take responsibility for what you're feeling and thinking. The second is ask powerful questions. Yeah, keep asking powerful questions. How can I be in charge of my own transformation? What can I do to make a difference? Right? So ask those questions. And instead of just focusing on what other people are doing, because that's easy. But what can you do different? That is mastery. That is leadership. What can I do differently to impact the situation better? That's leadership. Radical action, stay in radical action for your well-being. Okay, for your well-being, because we're talking about the topic of breaking down or breaking through. Okay, so you want to break through, you need to stay in radical action for your well-being. And that means you need to start saying no. Yeah, you need to start saying no to the right things and yes to the right things. Say yes to this training. Okay, say yes. I can't wait to operate with you over 3 days, creating magic and beauty in your life. So that's it, guys. I have loved spending this time with you, and I hope that you have gotten some good value and gold nuggets out of this. And whatever you're up to this weekend, stay in radical action for your well-being. There has never been a time in history as now that's more important for you to re-choose your life. To think about, what do I really, really, really want? When I wake out of bed, when I get out of bed, what do I want to see? What do I want to feel? Who do I want to be? That's your decision. Nobody gets to choose that for you. Yes? And I know because of my own history and where I've come from, and even what's happened to me over these last months, right? So I'm here to tell you, you do have choices. You do. start to thrive instead of just surviving. And now is the best time to thrive instead of just survive. Thank you so much, everybody. Have an amazing time. Whatever you do, keep rocking peace. Be a great leader in the voice. Have a voice. Sorry, be a great leader in the world and have a voice. Have a voice and speak from your heart. But before you start trying to change the world, change yourself so that you can be even more effective in changing the world. Okay? Love you all. Thank you, Rose, for tuning in here. Emma as well. Emma says, thank you for talking to us today. Always inspirational. I met you on 3 days in Stockholm before, and you helped me to start and make a difference in my life. I could always need more help to the breakthroughs. Emma, we would love to spend more time with you. You know, I remember you actually from Stockholm. We had a great time together, and I'm glad that you felt the impact of that. Louise is saying, okay, I already answered that question. I'm just seeing if there are any questions here, if there's something that I missed. I don't see all the comments, excuse me. Someone said, what if, okay, I already answered that question. Not a lot of questions coming through here. Someone saying it must be just me, but I can't see. Okay, something is with the sharing here. Okay, that's it. Looks like no questions are coming through here. So we'll wrap it up. Thank you, everybody. We're wrapping it up. It's a wrap. See you soon. And thank you for tuning in and being with us today. So much love. Bye-bye.